So I wanted to make this because there's a fucking problem in this game. There's a huge problem, and it's the same problem in Valorant, and it's really, really sad. And the issue is that there's fucking casuals coming into a game that is looks like dog shit, first of all, but they just see it because they think I can get a free mouse when I play it, and I see all my favorite streamers playing it. Wow, they're so cool, and they get the fucking their drops, right? And they want to do it too. Fair enough, that's fine. But the main issue is that all those players are absolute fucking dog shit. Absolute trash cans. So I'm gonna make this and tell you what you're doing wrong and what the fuck you need to do differently. Like, just shut up. What fucking things you need to be using, what you should not ever be using because it's terrible. So that way, not that way you can get a mouse, because honestly, if you're already bad and you're at like 800 ELA, you're probably not gonna get higher. You're just not going to. I'm on my ult account just to show it, play like a match or two, and show what you're probably doing wrong and what you should be doing differently. So I'm just on my ult right now to hang out. But like, I'll start off. I'll go through most of them, and I'll like, just explain them in a general idea very quickly, because I don't want to make this super long. Ridge of Achilles, only good if you have other things with it. Fucking Titan's Fury, don't ever touch this shit. It's absolute AIDS. If you touch it, you're gonna be fucked and you need to be running double heals or have your teammate healing you. But teammate heals aren't that good, so things like these, all these things, not that great. Like, teammate heals not that cool unless you're a little pussy bitch who has a fuck ton of sustain and you're gonna sit back here and just heal your teammate constantly. That shit usually doesn't work though. People just spot you out and you get fucking targeted and you die. That's what Scream does with the people he plays. Scream just fucking packs a damage build, has his teammate heal god, and plays like a little pussy with ice and protection and shadow and vanish and all this dumb shit. Play like a little bitch. Trojan's done pretty good. You could probably rock this most of the time, but at the moment it's really hard because if you don't hit your shot, which it should not be that hard to hit a shot, to be honest. If you don't hit your shot, you're gonna get fucking counter headshot. A lot of people are running this. If you get fucking headshot and you don't hit this, you just lose the game immediately. Unless they're absolute ass, which I've 1v2'd people who have counter headshot me and they just lose. It's really sad. Charge, honestly, don't fucking use it. I think it's AIDS. Like, yeah, it's a 20-second stun, but it only lasts for 1.2 seconds, and you fucking force yourself in the middle of two players, and your teammate might not be anywhere near you, and you're just gonna get AoE'd and die. Or you're just gonna get, like, shadowed, and no matter what ability you use, it's ass. Don't use this shit. Traps, 100% use them. They're overpowered as fuck. Just keep spam placing them. You can place them on your own pillars if you think the other team's been aggressive or is gonna be aggressive, and then you can just let them rush you. What I do is I place the trap in front of me, I let people charge me, and then they walk into it. Lipia, don't fucking touch it. It's ass. Don't touch it. I literally hate all the players that use this shit. The only players that use this shit, like, realistically, are cheaters. Don't touch Olympian Sprint. Dog shit. Don't touch it. Heals. Don't use these. Team heals, don't ever do it. I'm solo queued to 1500 and I'm solo queued to 1400. Don't touch them. They're not good. Just heal yourself. Bleeds are good. If you can get an Ares bleed and you get like 3 bleeds off of like the very start, you could probably get somebody ice block. Especially if they're only running 1 heal. So if I get tapped by all 3 of these, it's really bad for me and I almost have to use my ice. And if I heal through it, I'll probably be like half HP, and I have to just be really passive for quite a while, unless they, try to get my teammate, and I can aggress, and they just fuck up. But yeah, don't get hit by 3 of these at a time. If you get hit by more than 3 of these, you'd have to ice, and you're just dead. Like, you just lose immediately. So bleeds are pretty good. When I run them, I usually run only 2, and then what I'll do is I'll run 2 of them. I'll keep my Athenas, I'll keep my traps, I will get rid of Blink, and I'll get rid of Hades, and I'll run these instead of these 2. But everything else you should keep. You should always have ice, you should always have vanish, you should always have heal. But I'll get to these in a little bit. Shields, they're good, but you have to have like actual team comp, and they're usually not great if only one person has them, because then again you're gonna get targeted out because you're not gonna have your own shield. So you only use them if you can guarantee both you and your teammate that you're playing with both are using them. Vanish, just fucking use it. There's no point in not using it. If you're not using it, you're playing the game actually wrong. Like, every meta, every setup, everything, always a Vanish. Everybody is Vanish, no matter what you're doing. If you don't have Vanish, you're playing wrong, period. Protection, a lot of people are, I don't really know why. Like, it's not actually that good. Like, yeah, you're literally invincible, but like, it's a 50-second cooldown. You don't do as much damage. It's just, I don't know. People are like running this instead of ice. They're rushing in when they're like 20 HP. They use this and they can just like heal up a little bit. but it's not that good because the second it goes away and you don't have ice, you just die. So yeah, anytime I see people like running this, then I just target them because the second this goes away, they're dead. I love Shadow. Shadow's really fucking good in my opinion. Like a lot. I really think it's good. I haven't run it because a lot of people aren't running it, and there's also a lot of times where there's other options you could be using that can also do more things, and it's also kind of a long cooldown. So technically I'm using Blink instead of this to get out of some stuff, but it's nice for rooting, or for when you get rooted. It's nice for counting a fuck ton of stuns. It's nice for countering a fuck ton of bleeds. Because if people want to pop bleed, you just use this and all of it gets cancelled. If they want to use all this stuff, it all gets cancelled. If they want to do a ton of damage, all of it gets cancelled. Everything. Like this even gets cancelled. Everything, all the abilities, this counters everything. So it's good, but you have to be kind of smart with it, and I don't know, it's a little situational, but I think it's a good ability. I was using this a fuck ton, and I might even go back to it. Ice, again, it's the same thing as Vanish. If you're not using it, you're fucking dog shit. You're playing the game wrong. You should just get off, because the $30 you paid to compete for a mouse are a waste of your fucking money. Go sell your game. Go sell your account, please. You're wasting my time if you hop in a game with me. I don't want to hop with another 800 elo without ice. And if you do have an ice block, you better be fucking using it. If you're not using it, again, there's an issue. There's just a big problem there. I just put it on my V because it's like the most useless key, but it's near my thumb, and just press the button. And if you ice block and you need to get out, you're about to get fucking double targeted, then you can vanish out of it. If you don't get stunned immediately and the other team isn't good. Spartan Armor, honestly, it can be good, but I really dislike it highly. Like, I really don't like it at all. It's basically the crystal in the center, but you don't do damage, and I honestly think there's abilities that are better, and you might be using your time much better. Like, why take less damage when you can just do more damage, in my opinion. That's kind of how I feel about it. And it's a 30-second cooldown. That's really fucking long. Super long. It's just, not worth it. Trinket, at the moment, considering I'm running abilities that are like pretty much all non-hit, I literally don't need the trinket because I'll never get counter headshot. This is the only use in trinket is for counter headshot. That's all people are using it for, is to counter this shit. And there's still people that are using it because they think that this is scary, but it's literally not. Just don't be a dumbass. It's good for getting rid of bleeds, but it's like, just don't get hit by the bleeds, you know? So it's kind of 30-second cooldown too long. This spell, it's the exact same shit as this, but you shoot your teammate at it 10 seconds, so it's technically a fuck ton better, but again, you need a teammate with a brain, and that doesn't happen in this game in any low elo. Sheep is cool, but again, you need teamwork, you have to sheep, and you have to have good timings with it, so that way you can make it so your team can't, like, heal each other, or the other team can heal each other, or play with each other, or whatever it is. Basically use this right after somebody gets out of ice, so that way their teammate can't heal them. Disarm, pretty good for, it's kind of like a mini sheep, smaller cooldown, a little bit less time, but still does basically the same thing. Just doesn't slow him down. Ready heal, don't fucking use it. It's ass. Absolute dog shit. The cooldown's too long and it's not a good enough heal for the cooldown. Like, you could literally be using a Apollo's heal for 12 seconds to do almost as much healing. It's pretty sad. Just use self-heal or lesser self-heal, whatever one you prefer. It doesn't matter. These ones are dog shit. Don't use the rejuvenations. They're not that good. You always need heals. If you don't have heals, you're playing the game wrong. Slows, this has been pretty good. I'm seeing a lot of people use this instead of stuns, but I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it can be good, but you just kind of wait it out, and it's like, it's whatever. I've been fucked by it a lot, but you just need to like actually pay attention, and you should be okay. I don't know what this is, but yeah, I don't know. I've never seen people use this. Don't use it. Considering I've never seen people use it, I don't really know what the use is in it. It's whatever. AoEs are cool. They're being used a lot less in replace of stuns, as you can see, but there's still a lot of good cases for them, but usually only one player is going to have them, and that player that does have these needs to have a lot of sustain, because these abilities are a fucking long cooldown. That's why people are running slow instead of this. So people are running slow, and they'll run Hades Plague instead of Zeus Storm in Plague, because they get slow a lot more, so they get more out of what they're doing, and then what they want to do. And again, much smaller cooldown, but only 3 seconds less. It's still really good though. Vest Explosion, this is kind of cool. It's kind of like an AoE to get them out of a corner or get them out of a spot that they're standing. It's neat because it does 20 damage immediately. Oh wait, 17 now. They decreased it. It's alright. I mean, it can be cool for like instant damage, but if you're gonna do that, you might as well be running a damage build, and you're gonna do a lot more overall anyway. Or you could literally just run a Achilles snipe and you do the same thing as this shit. Fear the Underworld's dog shit, don't use it. Shadow Terror, dog shit, don't use it. Because you have to fucking basically play with Charge Leonidas to use these. Because you have to be so goddamn on top of them. Your dick has to be inside of them for you to use it. So, don't use them. This one's interesting, but you could just like ice out of it. It's basically just a dog shit counter shot or counter headshot, but not as good at all. You just kind of like move around randomly, and people still can't shoot you because they still have to stun you. So they might as well just be using stuns and do the same thing. Yeah, these, they're cool, but you have to play them well, and the other team has to make like very, very serious mistakes in what they're playing with and how they're playing against you. Which honestly, I mean, people that are running it get it off pretty hard. If you get it off, it's a free win. Like if you could get somebody to take this ability, you win immediately on the spot. Unless you're absolutely terrible, like the people I've been 1v2ing, it's really sad that they can't just kill me. But yeah, if you can get this off, you win the game, period. There's no losing. You should not lose. And don't ever use counter shot. I don't know why this ability exists, considering this one is twice as long and increases movement speed. Like, I don't understand at all. It's the same fucking thing, except this one is a billion times better. Except, yeah, even the cooldown is the exact same. I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. This cooldown needs to be longer, considering it's the same thing about it. Blink, I think it's pretty good. If you get stunned constantly, then this is really nice to deal with, especially against traps, because you'll always have another blink in front of a trap, unless they're running double traps. But even so, just don't get hit by it. Just know where they're shooting it. Pay attention. I think it's pretty good, I'll be honest, and it can get you to get crystal and center pretty easily. It can help out with that a lot, and it's really nice for 1v1s. Roots is really nice. It counters blink because they can't move, but the cooldown is so fucking long for such a useless ability. But the reason why it's so long is because you can shoot them and it stops it. But yeah, I'll get to it in a second. Headshot Hunter, it's only used for headshot builds. If you use it by itself, it's gonna be kind of ass. It's okay. If you're gonna run this, add this together, it's pretty good. You can get some like 50, 60 damage off pretty quickly if they get stunned. If you need double strike, don't use it. It's absolute dog shit. It's just not that good. Don't use it. Hades Gift, this is literally just a better version of Roots, because you can just keep shooting an enemy over and over and over again, and they can't shoot you, or they're gonna be stuck, and they can't TP out. And it's 15 seconds to 35. It's like literally you can get like almost, like you can get like 2.5 of these off by the time you get one of these off. Very strange. And it lasts for 5 fucking seconds. It lasts literally twice as long as the Roots, so I don't know why you wouldn't use this instead. Hades Gift, same thing, except it stuns. They can't shoot you, they can't move, they can't move their mouse. This one they can shoot you and move their mouse still. Can't do anything with it. You can TP out of it with Blink though, and it lasts for 5 seconds. 20 cooldown is really fucking small. Just rock these together if you really want to fuck somebody up and make it so they can't play the video game. Siren Song, I was using this at one point. It's actually probably not terrible. It's probably pretty good against like strong builds, like insta-kill builds, but a lot of people aren't running it, so don't really use Siren anymore. It's kind of used if you're getting targeted really fucking hard, but even so, like 5 seconds for 20-second cooldown is a little too low, just a little bit. If it was buffed a little, it'd be good, but it's not. So armor break, I don't even know what the fuck this does. You just take a little bit more damage. If you had armor on, I don't even know what we consider armor, but apparently I've had this on me a couple times, so just, I don't know, man. Just don't use it. It's actually not that good, like, at all. It may look good because the cooldown is low and people take more damage for 9 seconds. You can just keep spamming it, but it's only when people have armor. And if people don't have armor, you don't use it, and nobody's using armor, so it's useless. I was using this here instead, but I was finding a lot of times that I could get counter headshot, and there was a few times where I was, just because like somebody was invis and they have counter headshot while invis and they just fuck me up and it's just over. Because I'll make like a 2-second mistake and it's just over. So I'm honestly not running this anymore because I want to run more stuns. But it is a very, very strong ability. A lot of people are using this. You can constantly do extra damage. You can constantly make it so they cannot heal, and the fucking cooldown is 5 seconds. It's actually insane. So if you can hit a lot of your shots and you can hit your first shot accurately constantly, I mean consistently, then yeah, please run this. This is a very, very strong ability. These are kind of ass. Like very small cooldowns, and you get a lot of damage off on your shot. It's kind of like a mini Achilles snipe, and this one is just like the one that like goes over time. But like, I mean, I don't know. Like they're cool, but you're not gonna get that much off out of them. It just does some damage, and that's about it. It's literally just an Achilles snipe or this thing, but only for 1 bullet. Time turner, honestly terrible. The timer is way too long on it, and it's only used for psycho builds that you expect to kill them immediately. And if you don't kill somebody immediately, like if somebody runs cloak or they just invis off of it, you kind of just fucking lose the game if you use this. Like, cause you're gonna have an ability that doesn't do anything for 70 seconds and a whole minute. And yeah, you're not gonna be able to do anything. Achilles Bladestorm kind of ass. You just stun the person that's using Bladestorm. They can't move, and you have a wasted ability. You have to be close as fuck, so you have to be running Charge of Leonidas. And yeah, 5 meters like gives me so dumb close. But if you do get it off, it's really good. But I don't know, cooldown's a little long, and you have to be way too close. But if you can get it off, it's really good. But most of the time, I just counter it with a stun or two. It's free. The new abilities. Zeus's finishing blow has been really good. Only if you're playing bad players. So if you're on a really low elo, you can find a lot of times where people are not using ice, or they're using it really late. This is very strong if you can hit your headshot, or you just hit a shot in general. But if you can hit a headshot and you could do like 26 damage or whatever, this is very fucking strong. I highly suggest writing like Achilles Snipe, Headshot Hunter, Rage of Achilles, this, and then just anything like a heal, ice, and vanish. So probably these, like ice, this, Zeus, damage, and then these two, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you 1, 2, 3, and you could have 7. So I highly suggest running that build in lower elos. It is very, very strong, just because like people aren't paying attention, and you can just easily get kills. And when somebody's really low, you just activate this shit, tap them in the head, and they die. And because the cooldown is so low, you constantly use it any chance you get. I will say though that if you use Zeus's finishing blow, you cannot heal, you cannot use any other abilities besides ice, you can't use any other abilities. So you have to hit your shot, and they have to be 30 HP. If they're not, you're taking a massive risk and making so you can't do anything for 5 seconds. You're basically rooting yourself if you don't get this off. So it's a little bit of a risk if you don't get it off. But if you do, you kind of just win the game. Hades Dispel. This has been kind of good. The cooldown is a little long in my opinion. I think if the cooldown was more like 35-40, it would be more useful. But I think in another way it is good. I don't know. I think the cooldown should be low just because you take 50 or you do 50% less damage, and it kind of causes issues. Like you just do like half your damage. It's not that great. But if you didn't, this would be a great ability. But just because you do less damage, it's kind of scuffed. Everybody was thinking, oh yeah, when people ice, just use this. But now people are icing early when they see this, and it doesn't counter anymore. This is only good if you're gonna run this. This is literally only good if somebody in ice is very low HP, like really low. If they're not really low, it's kind of useless. If they have invis after it, it's kind of useless because you're probably running out of ice for no reason because they're just gonna vanish and it doesn't matter. So I don't know. Cool, but not cool. That's all I'm gonna have to say with abilities. If you want to run your own stuff, then just kind of experiment around, find what you like. Don't use any heals, please. I'm begging you, please don't use these fucking heals. They're so bad because you can't 1v1 or you can't make plays with them by yourself. You have to rely on a good teammate to be able to actually shoot. And if your teammate's dog shit, there's no point in healing him. Just fucking fight on your own. If you need setups, go to streams, go to Discord, just ask around from people that are minimum 1200. If they're not 1200 elo, do not take their build. Unless that person that's lower elo than that copied somebody else, copied somebody that was 1200. I'll look at their shit. They have Sirens, not that great. They have Hephaestic Explosion, not that great. She has actually a pretty decent build with a single bleed. It's gonna be kind of annoying to deal with over time, but I think after, I don't know, they're running double heals. This isn't terrible, but I think we can target Oko here just because I don't know. I feel like he has less sustain than other people, and his abilities are kind of meh. We'll see what happens. Both running strong builds. So I'm tipping out here. I'm gonna try to get this guy to shoot me. He does. I'm gonna stun him now. We're just trying to get as much damage off as possible here. So yeah, I already popped an ice, and that's a really good sign of a strong win. I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, the other guys. This should just be a free win here. So I'm gonna invis and try to keep pushing this guy. If you can trap that side, if he pops in it, yep, that should be some free damage and possibly a free kill. Almost was. See if we can get this guy to shoot me and get stunned. Oh, and I died. Alright, but it's fine. My teammate clutched up and we got the kills. We won it up. We're fighting the same guys. I have a different teammate this time. He's going to be trying to do more damage with roots. So he actually makes us wants people to not blink. The counter headshot off of him might be pretty good if he can get Chi. Because he has bleeds and he has 2 things that are on-hit abilities. So if he can get those guys to miss their shots and he does hit a headshot, it's going to be very, very, very good. Do the exact same thing. TP out. Try to get the guy to shoot me. He does. I'm just going to step out of this ice. And he already popped it. Exact same shit as before. And that guy kind of got counter headshot. We pretty much just win here. Guaranteed. No reason we shouldn't win. Make it so I can't get shot here. And I'm going to do that. No more counter headshot, but it doesn't really fucking matter. So when this guy comes out of this, I'm going to invis. So that way I don't have to worry about multiple players fighting me. So he invis as well. Because he wanted to get out of ice, like I was saying before. I'm just going to try to get this guy, honestly. Let's see how this goes. He got stunned. I'm gonna rid him right after. And this should hopefully be a free kill. Try to stun him again, maybe? Nope, didn't get it off. I'm gonna keep coming to my teammate here, trying to help him out. Make sure I can get this kill if I can. We do get it, and we can try to get an easy win here. I'm not gonna die this time. I'm just gonna guarantee life. I was able to get my heal off, but I'm just gonna guarantee living here and get a free win. So again, those guys made the exact same mistakes. They iced really early. They didn't get through their pillars because they were shooting me and taking our stuns. But that's just because they're probably new players and you probably don't understand what these abilities do that hard. Play one more just because those games were quite quick and I want to be able to explain a few more things if I can. Alright, my teammate, I do not like what he's running here at all. He has no ghost. He only has a single stun that is 40 seconds long, which is just not worth it. Like, you can just run double stun, or even just one. You can literally just run Hades Gift, the one on my right. And it would be very, very easy to just have it like 3 times for his 1 stun. They're running something really strong in my opinion. Nerdin is running something really, really safe as well with his Ice Invis and Blink. But I'm gonna try my best here to pull up with real, see what we can do. This guy's just standing here. He doesn't have to shoot me now. Ice though. I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit. He stunned him, so let's see if I can come up and push with him. I'm rooted, so I can't really TP out of this, but probably get the invis and push up here. Pull my teammates as much as I can. We get that guy to ice, which is nice. And because I'm invis, I was invis, it probably wasn't worth doing that, but let's see if I can get this guy to shoot me. He does. Ice because I'm low. The other guy's 16, and we almost get the kill. 10 HP. Cut behind this guy, see if he walks into or something. Doesn't. Sucks my teammate ice there. He wasn't even low. Nobody's. Oh, no, somebody grabbed pistol. Unlucky. Yeah, my teammate's just taking a lot of hits here. I stunned 1, which is quite strong. If I can get this guy to shoot me or something. Try to win with this 1v1. Yeah, I can't do much. And I lost because I messed up here. Didn't realize I got rooted, and I used my invis and mice at the same time, which is really bad. I both invis. Yeah, not much I can do here with bleeds and low heals on me. Yeah, not much I can do. Tried to win it out. Teammate couldn't get him enough damage, and he didn't have enough sustain, as you can see. He couldn't heal himself enough, and he couldn't live long enough because he had so many AoEs, and he also had stun that lasted so long, he was not able to get it off to actually support himself. Alright, Kenzu. He's got 2 slows. He's got an ice AoE. He's got an arrow AoE. He's got a single heal. Not bad. It's completely fine. He's got another really long stun, the Trojan stun again. Not great. And he has shield and ice, of course. So instead here, I'd probably tell him to replace his yellow shield and replace a vanish. I'd probably tell him to get rid of one of his slows and replace it for another stun, or maybe maybe a different AoE even. And the other AoE might be nice too. It's not bad. I'm gonna pop both of my things here. I don't want these guys shooting me. I don't want to take those bleeds. That's really fucking bad. My teammates can take all the bleeds, and I was probably gonna die because of it. As you can see, he's already 50 HP because he just took so many bleeds for no reason. And now he has dies, which is just not good. I'm gonna try to support him here and try to get close. Maybe stand on top of him. Get these guys to get stunned. One of them gets stunned, and I don't have to pop an ice. Not bad. I'm maybe terrible right now. I just woke up. Coming in is I just realized my teammate's dead, so that's not great. Almost get that kill off. Very unlucky. Very unlucky that my teammate just takes all those stuns and doesn't deal with it fast enough. Did my best though. Yeah, I'm just gonna die here. Can't do anything. Yeah, so we got a team with advantage here. He has no ice, which is a very, very large issue. Enemy has only one ice though. Man, what a weird game. So Zeki running a blood instead of an ice, or a blink instead of an ice, or a second heal instead of ice, or the small damage instead of an ice. The other guy only has one stun. They have 3 stuns total. So I have as many stuns as all of them combined. We'll see how this goes. Teammate doesn't get totally screwed here because he has blink, which is nice. Let me get this guy to shoot me. Yep. Almost get the kill off there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invis, and I'm just like not gonna take this damage. I'm gonna try to block him again. Got him in the second one, and that's gonna be a free kill and a free win. Just because. So what I did is I'm able to time the trap right before he comes out of ice, so that way I can pretty much just make it so he can't really move when he comes out of ice. So even if he invis or something, he actually can't really do anything with it. There's not really anything to play for. This guy's just so low, and he doesn't have enough heals to deal with 2 players. That guy has 1700 elo, surprisingly. Very surprisingly. He played the best he technically could, though, to be honest, against this many stuns. If you have any questions in just like anything, you can message me on Discord. You can message me in the comments. I will always respond to them. 100% of the time, I will be reading them. Just anything, give a like on the video. Make sure you sub if you want to see more videos of this and ask about specific builds. I can run some builds and I can explain why they might be good or why they might be bad. So 100%, let me know and I will try them out for you, and I can tell you exactly what is good and what is not good.